Once upon a time, in a world far different from our own, there was a kingdom ruled by a just and wise queen named Althea. Her reign was peaceful, and her people loved her dearly. However, the queen had a secret that only a few trusted advisors knew about. She possessed magical powers. One day, while out for a walk in the forest, Queen Althea stumbled upon a strange, glowing object. As she picked it up, a voice spoke to her from within the object, telling her that she had been chosen to save their world from an evil force that threatened to destroy it. Determined to fulfill her destiny, Queen Althea gathered her most trusted allies and set out on a perilous journey to find and defeat the source of the evil that threatened their world. As they journeyed through treacherous terrain and battled fierce creatures, Queen Althea's powers grew stronger and more refined. She discovered new abilities she never knew she had, and her allies marveled at her strength and bravery. Finally, after many long weeks of traveling, the group arrived at their destination, a dark, foreboding castle where the evil force was said to reside. They fought their way through the castle's defenses and reached the throne room, where they faced the source of the evil, a powerful sorcerer who had been terrorizing the land. The battle was long and difficult, but Queen Althea and her allies eventually emerged victorious. The sorcerer was defeated, and the kingdom was saved. Queen Althea returned home a hero, beloved by her people and respected by her enemies. And though the people of the kingdom never knew the full extent of her magical abilities or the true nature of her quest, they knew that their queen was a force to be reckoned with, a powerful warrior and a wise leader, always ready to defend their home and protect their way of life. In the aftermath of the battle, Queen Althea returned to her castle, weary but victorious. She was hailed as a hero, and her people celebrated her bravery and strength. However, Queen Althea knew that her journey was not yet over. The source of the evil that had threatened her kingdom was only a small part of a greater, more insidious force that still lurked in the shadows, waiting to strike. Determined to protect her people, Queen Althea began to delve deeper into her magical abilities, seeking to understand them better and master them completely. She knew that only by harnessing the full extent of her power could she hope to defeat the evil that still threatened her land. Over the months that followed, Queen Althea worked tirelessly, training her mind and body, and refining her magic until she was a force to be reckoned with. She sought out ancient texts and consulted with powerful mages, and gradually, she began to understand the true nature of the threat that still loomed over her kingdom. One day, as she sat in her chambers, poring over ancient tomes, Queen Althea felt a sudden chill in the air. She knew that the time had come, the forces of darkness were on the move, and they were headed straight for her kingdom. With a sense of grim determination, Queen Althea donned her armor, drew her sword, and set out to meet the enemy head-on. She was joined by her most trusted allies, and together they rode out to face the darkness. The battle was fierce, and many fell on both sides. But Queen Althea's magic and strength were unmatched, and gradually, her forces began to gain the upper hand. Finally, with a mighty blast of magic, Queen Althea struck the final blow, and the forces of darkness were defeated. Her people cheered her name, and the land was once again safe. As the cheers died down, Queen Althea looked out over her kingdom, proud of all that she had accomplished. She knew that there would always be new threats to face, new battles to fight, but she was ready, and she would face them all with the same courage and determination that had brought her this far. And so, the tale of Queen Althea comes to a close. Her reign was long and prosperous, and her people thrived under her wise and just rule. But while her enemies had been defeated, Queen Althea never forgot the lessons she had learned on her perilous journeys. She continued to train her mind and body, and to master her magical abilities, always preparing for whatever dangers might arise. Years turned into decades, and Queen Althea grew old and wise. When she finally passed away, her people mourned her deeply, knowing that they had lost a great leader and a true hero. But even in death, Queen Althea's legacy lived on. Her story became a legend, passed down from generation to generation, inspiring young people to be brave, to be strong, and to stand up for what they believed in. And though the world in which Queen Althea lived has long since faded into memory, her legend lives on, a testament to the power of courage, strength, and love. The end.